The Ant and the Grasshopper, A Tale of Seasons, Struggle, and Song. Part I, Summer's Song. The sun hung high over the meadows, casting golden light across the wild flowers and tall grass. The air shimmered with warmth, and the world buzzed with life. In the heart of this vibrant landscape lived a colony of ants, organized, industrious, and tireless. Among them was Amara, a young ant with a sharp mind and a quiet determination. She had inherited her mother's knack for logistics and her father's love of planning. Each morning, Amara led a team of gatherers into the fields, collecting seeds, grains, and bits of fruit. Their movements were precise, their goals clear: prepare for the winter. The colony's motto echoed in her mind: work today, survive tomorrow. Not far from the anthill, beneath a shady oak tree, lived Joe, a grasshopper with a fiddle and a dream. Joe was a musician, a poet, and a wanderer. His days were filled with melodies and laughter, his nights with stargazing and storytelling. He played for the butterflies, sang with the birds, and danced with the breeze. Amara often passed him on her way to work. Joe would wave, strumming his fiddle, calling out, "Come dance, Amara. The world is alive." She'd smile politely but never stop. "Winter doesn't dance," she'd reply. Joe laughed. "Then let's teach it how." Part 2, The Warning. As summer waned, the ants doubled their efforts. The days grew shorter, the wines cooler. Amara's team worked from dawn to dusk, their storage chambers filling with food. She kept detailed records, calculated rations, and ensured every ant had a role. One afternoon, she paused to watch Joe perform for a group of beetles. His music was enchanting, his lyrics whimsical. But she noticed something else: his supplies were meager. No shelter. No food stores. Just a fiddle and a smile. She approached him. "Joe, you need to prepare. Winter is coming." He shrugged. "I've survived before. Besides, music warms the soul." Amara frowned. "It doesn't warm your body. Or feed your stomach." Joe leaned on his fiddle. "You ants worry too much. Life is meant to be lived, not hoarded." She sighed. "And death is what happens when you forget that life needs sustenance." They parted with tension in the air. Part 3, The First Frost. The first frost arrived like a whisper, soft, sudden, and chilling. The grass turned brittle, the flowers wilted. The ants retreated underground, their tunnels warm and stocked. Amara oversaw the transition, ensuring every chamber was sealed and every ant accounted for. Joe, meanwhile, found himself alone beneath the oak. His fiddle no longer sang, the strings stiff with cold. The beetles had vanished, the birds flown south. Hunger gnawed at him. He tried to forage, but the land was bare. He remembered Amara's words. Regret settled in his chest like ice. Part 4, The Plea. 3 days into the frost, Joe stumbled to the anthill. His limbs trembled, his voice cracked. "Amara," he called. "Please." She emerged, her antennae twitching with concern. "Joe." "I was wrong," he said. "I need help." Amara hesitated. The colony had rules. Resources were calculated precisely. One extra mouth could tip the balance. But she saw his eyes, once full of mirth, now hollow with desperation. She turned to the council. Debates raged. Some ants argued compassion. Others warned of risk. Amara stood firm. "He may not have worked," she said, "but he brought joy. That has value." The council relented. Joe was given shelter, food, and warmth. Part V, Winter's Lessons. As the snow deepened, Joe recovered. He helped where he could, repairing tunnels, entertaining the young ants with stories. He composed songs about resilience, about gratitude, about the quiet strength of those who prepare. Amara listened, moved by the depth of his lyrics. She realized something profound. While ants built the future, grasshoppers reminded them why it mattered. They began to collaborate. Geo taught music theory. Amara taught survival strategy. The colony grew richer, not just in food, but in spirit. Part 6, Spring's Renewal. When spring returned, the world bloomed anew. Geo emerged with a new fiddle, crafted by the ants. Amara walked beside him, her ledger tucked away for the day. They performed together, music and message intertwined. And when young ants asked about the grasshopper, Amara would smile and say, "He taught us that joy is not a luxury. It's a necessity." Seedling moral expanded. In the original fable, the moral is simple: prepare for the future, or suffer the consequences. But in this expanded version, we explore deeper truths. Balance is essential, planning and creativity must coexist. Community thrives on diversity, even those who seem unproductive may offer unseen value. Compassion is strength, helping others doesn't weaken us, it defines us. Joy sustains us, music, art, and laughter are not frivolous, they are fuel for the soul. Thanks for watching, please like, share and subscribe. ALP Academy, learn lightly, grow deeply.